Cemetery Mary, Cemetery Mary, Cemetery... Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I am AmalgamAsh, and this is Cemetery Mary, the third in a series of playthroughs, where I attempt to figure out who is this man on the other side of this phone. I guess I'll ask him. I know that he's not going to give me a good answer, but, who you really are. Is that really what you want? You'll see me soon, but you shouldn't worry about it. It will happen when it happens. This is for the best. Even if you can't see that right now. Even if you can't ever. When will this be over? Soon, hopefully. I just need more time. You'll hang on for me, won't you? Do I have a choice? Haha. Sweet dreams, Mary. Don't like it. I don't like it at all. There's warnings at the beginning of this game that says that it contains many mature themes, so in case you're just tuning in, those warnings are murder, suicide, kidnapping. I believe that there are other ones as well, but those are the worst of them. There's cursing, there's smoking. I really didn't. There were a few times I shut my eyes and tried to, but nothing could calm me down anymore at this point. My anxiety was through the roof. I just wanted Mom and Dad back. I wanted to know for certain that they were okay. It should have been me that was taken. Maybe it was supposed to be. The next morning, when I got up, Croven was still home. He seemed to be acting pretty normal for once. At the very least, not agitated. But despite this, I didn't sit and have breakfast with him. I wasn't in the mood to really talk to anyone. Not right now. Not after last night. It was too much. I just wanted some private time to myself. I just wanted to cool down. As I was about to leave, Crow called out to me. "Not eating breakfast, Mars." I responded, "Not today. I'm not hungry." He responded with a simple okay. And after that, I was out the door. I just wanted to go to that place, the cemetery, and not be bothered. On the bus ride there, all three of them texted me again. Croven said he noticed I'd left pretty quickly and hoped I wasn't upset with him for his behavior lately. Twyla talked about some of her progress on her research, and Reginald said he'd be at the cemetery again today. Although I appreciated their messages, I really just needed to be alone. I needed to go back there and just relax. No, that's not the right word. I wasn't going there to relax. I was going there to mourn. The dying red. Oh, it's where I grew up. I lived my whole life in this diner. Restaurant? Bistro? I never know the right word for places like this. We always had such silly names for it since it was next to the cemetery. The Restaurant in Peace, sometimes the Diner, even just simply Dine Dead. Heh. I always wondered if the others caught on. Dine Dead? Dine Dead. I think I get it. You probably wouldn't know just from looking at it. But there's 2 floors. So it's the live upstairs, have a business downstairs model, huh? Those are typical of buildings on main streets. The bottom floor is the diner itself. I've eaten there for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, sometimes all on the same day. The top floor is more like a house. Our house. There's bedrooms, and a bathroom, and even a small living space with a TV. It can be a little cramped sometimes, but it's cozy. No one could get up there but me and my parents, of course. The upstairs is locked. You'd need a key, which I have, of course. After Mom and Dad went missing, the authorities locked this place up, and it's been locked ever since. They don't want anyone going in there, not even me. Because, I don't know, it's kind of like a crime scene or something. But I still have the key for the front, too. It's my house, after all. I carefully scanned the area around me as I stood in the parking lot. There were a few cars that passed by, and maybe a person or two on the sidewalk, but no one really seemed to pay me any mind. It was still a bit early in the morning, so it wasn't surprising to see so few people out. I looked over my shoulders a few more times to make sure no one was watching me. Then I stepped up to the front door, unlocked it, and took a step inside, closing the doors carefully behind me. When I stepped inside, I was instantly hit with a wave of all kinds of different emotions. I had been avoiding the diner for a long time because whenever I passed it, I would just think of Mom and Dad and feel sad. But now, stepping inside, it felt nice. At least, a little bit. Just being able to be in my own house after so long, it was bittersweet. On one hand, I felt so happy to just be home. Everything was just as I had left it. The light still entered in through the windows the same way it always did. It still smelled faintly of delicious food, even though the kitchen hadn't been used in a while. Even Mom's specials board was in the same spot, but it felt so empty, so desolate, so abandoned. There wasn't even any electricity here. This place was hardly ever empty. We always had customers, and the diner always did well. There was hardly a moment where I'd come downstairs and only see Mom or Dad. There was always people, even if just one person was here. The counter would be full of coffee drinkers at night and in the mornings. I'd see families come by for dinner, or people out on dates come here. I always loved being able to see that. There were so many good memories in this place, like the time we had a Halloween party. It was more like a trunk or treat kind of thing. We had a bunch of cars lined up in a parking lot giving out candy, and there were a few games to play. I remember Mom helping me put together a little Grim Reaper costume. It was a rare instance where I actually got along with the kids, and even was able to see them, considering I was homeschooled. I remember Croven being there too. He was just like a zombie, though his makeup got completely ruined when he tried to go bobbing for apples. Bobbing for apples. That's so gross. Who even came up with that? I don't think I could even imagine doing it today. Not today. Bobbing for COVID, but it seemed just fun as a kid, I guess, even though I never did, so I probably thought it was gross back then too, I guess. I remember Croven got to sleep afterwards too. And Mom and Dad kept the Halloween decorations up all day the next day. It's funny, I use some of those decorations in my room now, but I remember all the booths and tables and windows being absolutely covered in orange-black streamers. But now it was all covered in dust, and no one's here. Where should I go? Let's go to Mom and Dad's room. I decided to walk up to my parents' room. I just missed them so much I couldn't bring myself not to. I stepped into my parents' room. The curtains were drawn open and warm light flooded into the room as the sun finally came out from behind the clouds today. I could still smell some of my mom's perfume lingering in the air. Everything was so neat, just as they had always kept things. You wouldn't even have guessed they were kidnapped. There were no signs of struggle or even any sort of mess at all. The bed was made and all their stuff was exactly where it should be. The only thing different was a fine layer of dust from how long it had been, and the fact that my parents weren't here. I sat on my parents' bed. It was always softer than mine. I remember sleeping here as a little girl when I didn't feel quite big enough to sleep in my own bed just yet. Mom would help me build pillow forts here sometimes, and we would hang up a sign that said "No boys allowed." Haha. It didn't take long for me to start crying. I missed my mom and dad. I never even got the chance to say goodbye to them. The last message I got from them, it was my mom telling me she hoped I would sleep well that night. And then the next day, they were gone. Just like that. What do I do now? What if they never come back? What if I already saw them for the last time? I ended up falling asleep on my parents' bed. I was already exhausted from my lack of sleep, and crying certainly didn't help in that respect. I hope you locked the door, Mary. When I woke up, I was unaware of how much time had passed, but I felt groggy, and I didn't think I should stay any longer. It'd probably just make me feel worse. I got up from the bed and began to head back downstairs. It wasn't that I got until to the bottom of the stairs that I noticed someone was here. Some stranger kneeling over in front of the doorway for whatever reason. I was almost frozen in my spot. Who were they? Why were they here? No one should have been able to get in. This place was locked up, so no one should have. That's right. I unlocked it. Crap. I stood there hoping they wouldn't see me. The way they were dressed, with baggy dark clothes and their hood up, told me they were most likely bad news. Did they follow me in here? I wasn't sure what to do. I thought about trying to escape out the back way, or sneakily heading back upstairs if need be, but as soon as I took a step back, I tripped slightly, and yet out a small yelp as I caught myself on one of the bar stools. The stranger immediately bolted outside. Wait! I wasn't even able to get a good look at them. For a split second, I considered trying to chase after them, and even if that wasn't a stupid idea, they ran much faster than I could keep up with anyways. Panicked and slightly shaking, I took out my phone. I was so nervous, I pressed it to my ear without even having dialed anyone yet. But who would I call? The police? No, I can't do that. I was already in here when I wasn't supposed to be, and I don't want to put any kind of attention on myself, but I can't just call nobody. I have to tell someone about this. Who do I go to? We're gonna call the mystery number. Unthinkingly, I called the unknown number. The phone rang for a few times, but no one picked up. Shortly after, I received a text from them. Why did you call me? I texted them back. Was that you? Were you just in my diner? What? What are you talking about? There was someone here. I thought it was you. You're telling me it isn't? I was not there, nor do I know who it was. Okay, sorry. I really need to call someone else then. Good luck. I don't know about calling Reginald. I don't really trust him. We're gonna call Twyla. I hurriedly called Twyla. It could have been the Blackwood butcher that was in here, and if I don't want to go to the cops, she's the next best thing, right? I mean, if anyone could tell it was the butcher, she'd probably be able to, I hope. Come on, Twyla, pick up already. Twyla speaking? Twyla, I need you to get over here, quick. What? Why? Where even are you? The diner, by the cemetery. You have to come quick, I think the butcher was here. What? Are you serious? Don't move and don't touch anything, I'm coming right now. It felt like I waited forever for Twyla to arrive. I stood in the diner alone, just standing there, waiting. Possibly shaking. I don't remember it that well, but I didn't move from the spot that I stood in. She did tell me not to touch anything after all. When she arrived, she didn't even give me a chance to say hi. She immediately started talking and came in holding some weird box. I told her that whoever it was probably long gone by now, but she said we were still going to look for clues. I complied, doing whatever she asked of me. We searched the building together, and I made sure I was always in the same room as Twyla. Just in case. Unfortunately, we couldn't find anything that would point us to who it might have been. There were no stray hairs or torn fabrics. Twyla even tested for fingerprints, but we could only find hers and my own. It was almost as if no one was here at all, but when we investigated my room, I noticed one of my plushes disappeared. It was one of my favorites, and I always kept it right on the shelf next to my bed, so I couldn't have gotten lost so easily. Did they take it? That thought put my stomach in knots. To think they must have been in here while I was dozing off in the other room. Oh, God. Ugh. After searching for what felt like an eternity, we just gave up. There was nothing more we could do here. I felt bad for calling for Twyla's help just to wind up with nothing. I don't think there's anywhere else we can look. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I dragged you all the way here. I thought at the very least they could help in your investigation, but there's nothing really here. It's fine. It's not a total loss. Can you at least remember anything about the suspect? No. I didn't really get a good look at them. It could have been anyone. Well, whatever. Whether they're the butcher or not, someone has a special interest in this place. And it's definitely worth looking into. Yeah, I'm definitely keeping an eye on this place. Maybe we can catch them next time they come back. How do you plan to do that? Don't worry about it. I have my ways, but you probably shouldn't come back. It might mess up the investigation. Oh, alright. That's probably smart anyways. Thanks for helping me, Twyla. Yeah, whatever. Just don't come back here and mess anything up, okay? I figured she'd be kinda cold. After a little while longer, Twyla left, leaving me standing there alone once again. I stepped outside as she drove off and locked the front doors behind me, wondering if that would be enough to stop whoever broke in from doing it again. I stayed in crowded areas the rest of the day, hoping that being around so many people would provide some sense of safety. The only time I was alone again that day was when I went back home that night, but I'm never truly alone then either, am I? Hello again. Good evening. Was that you in my diner today? I already told you it wasn't. Do you not believe me? Do you really blame me for not trusting you? What do you want from me? Nothing. I just need you to be you. And to stay out of trouble. I'm not really sure what else to say. That's okay. I prefer when you don't ask questions. Why is that? You know what they say. Curiosity kills the cat. Good night, Mary. I don't like that any. So much for getting a good night's sleep. It's dream time now. Mary. No, I don't want to get up yet. Let me sleep. I had a long night last night. A long night? You went to bed at 8:30. I didn't sleep well. Well, your mother's making pancakes if you want any. That sounds so good right now. Do they have chocolate chips? Of course, it's Sunday. Okay, I'll be down soon. Aw, I don't want pancakes with chocolate chips though. I just want pancakes with syrup and butter that are hot. Hot flapjacks. I quickly got out of bed and got dressed, yawning as I descended down the stairs. Even from the top of the stairs, I could already smell the chocolate. If you don't hurry, I'm going to eat all of them. Oh, you know I'm just teasing you. Besides, your mom would kill me if I did. Look at the lovely family. I got downstairs and sat at the counter beside my dad. There was a plate waiting for me, and my mother was behind the counter drinking her morning coffee like usual. Thank you for breakfast, Mom. Of course, dear. So do you have any plans today? No, not really. Oh, is Crow been busy today? I don't know, probably. Well, we can always do something if you want. We can? Of course we can. Didn't you want to see the new movie? The horror one with the janitor? Why don't we go tonight? Are you sure? Aren't you busy? You know I'm never too busy for my little girl. That sounds really fun, but what about Mom? Are you really worrying about me? I'll be fine, sweetheart. Go out with your father. We can even call up Crow and see if he wants to come too. I've been really looking forward to this movie. I'm so excited now. This morning's been quite the pleasant surprise, but something feels off. Like I'm forgetting something. No, something is weird here. But what? What's wrong? Is it the utensils? I mean, yeah, I don't have a fork right now, but there's definitely something else wrong here. What's wrong? Dad kind of looks like Uncle. I don't know if that's on purpose or not. Could it be that it's way too empty in here? It is a diner. No, that's not it. It's Sunday. We don't open till past noon on Sundays because Mom likes us all to have a nice breakfast together. It's still morning, so... It's Dad. Dad's fine. He's as chipper as ever, and he brushed his hair this morning, too. Good old Dad. Is it Mom? Mom's fine. Mom's always... Wait. Mom can't talk. Mom is mute. Mom's never been able to talk her whole life. I didn't know that. I had to learn sign language as a kid to be able to communicate with her. She's never... Whose voice even was that? That was talking to me. My mom doesn't have a voice. What's going on? Mary, you okay, hon? You look like you've seen a ghost. I'm fine. Are you sure, dear? I can make you some tea to help you calm down if you're feeling anxious. No, I'm okay. I think I'm just gonna, go to the bathroom. I hopped out of my seat and rushed my way over to ground floor bathroom. That wasn't my mom. Was that even my dad? I was hoping that once in the bathroom I could rinse my face off and make sense of things, but... Mom? Mom, what are you doing here? Weren't you just outside? Mom? Yeah. Yeah, I feel you, Mary. What the hell? What's the matter, Mary? I thought you liked ghosts. There's a funeral today. I'm happy. Is that bad? I had been planning for it. I overheard them talking about it in the cemetery when planning a spot for her. Is that bad? I really enjoy funerals. I always have, even when... I like to see everyone gather around for their lost loved one. They're all so sad. They bring flowers and sometimes even little parting gifts. That's so nice, don't you think? If their spirits could talk, I bet they'd say they appreciate it. Would a ghost attend their own funeral? I would. Well, in any case, I'm excited for the one today, and I'm excited to see what they're like. Hopping off the bus that morning, I was glad to see I wasn't too late. It's a good thing I always wear black. No one even seemed to turn their head to me as I came near. It started to rain. They never said anything about rain today, but I thought it might, when I saw the clouds out this morning. So I came prepared and brought my umbrella. It was then that I noticed a little old lady with no umbrella, and no one was even bothering to help keep her dry, so I covered her with my umbrella. I'm not sure how far into the story we are, nor am I sure how much of what we're seeing is real, how much is dream, how much is true memory, but I'm excited to find out. So please stay tuned for the next episode of Cemetery Mary. I do these playthroughs a bit jagged, a bit staggered, so it won't be tomorrow per se, necessarily, or it might be. I don't know yet, because I do these so close together when I'm recording. But there will be another episode, so just stay tuned. And if you could, I'd really enjoy if you let me know what you think of this playthrough and what you think of this game in the comments below. This game is available on itch and on Steam, and it is free. And you may be able to get a way different playthrough than I have so far. But this is what we're going with. So, thank you very much for watching. I will see you tomorrow. I hope you have a great day. Until next time, bye for now.